Hi, I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and today we're going to be talking about our Threefold Way at Living Tree Community. We're going to be making a very special green drink, a drink that embodies the vivacity and the life forces of early spring here in California. We're going to be talking about intermittent fasting, and we're going to be talking about exercise, vigorous exercise. At Living Tree, we see these as three inseparable components. It cannot just be a live food diet. It has to be combined with abstaining, withdrawing from food, giving the body a rest, abstaining from food through intermittent fasting, which has now been discovered by humankind and is becoming more and more popular. And then in addition to intermittent fasting, we're going to be talking about exercise. All three are components of the live food diet. The one cannot be separated out from the others. They're all necessary, and in our humble opinion, they're all equally important. So what we're going to do right now is to start with a green drink for spring. At Living Tree, we are devoted to vivacity, to life force dynamics. So instead of using water in our green drink, we're going to be using juices. And actually, we're going to be using the whole fruit itself. We're not going to be squeezing or separating anything out. So I'm going to start, first off, with a miniola. And I'm going to put the pieces in the blender just as they are. Let the blender do the work of liquefying. Instead of squeezing and twisting and doing all of that, let the blender do the work for you. So here we have a miniola. We're doing that. And next we have a navel orange, all locally grown, you can be sure. So here, navel orange. We're going to be putting this in our blender. This is, by the way, is an ordinary blender. If you want to spend money, you can buy all sorts of very, very fancy, high-powered blenders for hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. But this I bought in Macy's for a very, very agreeable price indeed, and it does everything that you need to do. Even if you go down to your local hardware store and buy a $25 osterizer, that's really all that you need. But green drinks, in all of my experience of over 40 years in natural healing, alive organic, and vivacious foods, I have found that there is nothing more healing, nothing more nutritive than finely divided greens in a green drink. And therefore we utterly support Victoria Budenko and her family, who travel around the world promulgating green drinks. This is a tremendous help to suffering mankind, and they're so easy to prepare, they're inexpensive. You do not need your superfoods, you do not need your acai from Amazonia, you do not need your goji berries, you do not need your maca powder from Peru. All you need are locally grown living greens, and all the greens we're going to be using today are all from my garden just 5 minutes away up in the Oakland Berkeley Hills. So here we go. Here we go. What we're going to do is first make the base for our green drink. We have various, we have peeled various oranges. So we're going to go ahead and make the base. Wash this flesh into a liquid. here, brothers and sisters, you have the living base, just pure oranges, and we haven't separated anything out. We're using the whole orange in its entirety. And then we're going to start with some living greens. I'm going to start with some lettuce, and why not use some green lettuce and some red lettuce. First of the springtime. We're just going to put the lettuce leaves in. Put some more lettuce leaves in. And then we're going to include some comfrey leaves in moderation, please. But comfrey is very, very healing. In moderation, please. And here we go. And we're going to be blending this up. And then we're going to add some cilantro. I grow this in my garden. It's so easy to grow. And it's so pungent and so fragrant. So we're going to put some cilantro in. And what else shall we add? We'll add some, we will add some chicory. This is a red chicory that I grow. We'll add some red chicory. And we'll add some celery. These are leaves of a cutting celery, a celery that does not grow great big long shoots, but it's designed for multiple cuttings. Very, very health-giving plant. Celery, by the same, celery and parsley are all in the same family, by the way. Then I'm going to add some dandelion greens. A couple dandelion greens. Another shoot of red chicory. And then we're going to add some wild greens. Right now, if you look around on any open space throughout the United States, you're going to find this wonderful green, and this green is chickweed, and it has a taste reminiscent of sweet corn that's just been harvested. Chickweed, you find it everywhere. And nowadays, since it's such a magnificent sour green, you can buy seeds for chickweed, as you can for many, many so-called wild greens. And I simply have a plot of chickweed, a bed of chickweed in my garden. So this is chickweed, tastes like sweet corn, a magnificent sour green. So let's go ahead, let's put this here like this. And let's go ahead and vivify it. So we've blended that up. Let's give that another hit. Okay. And now, in any open space also, throughout the States, you're going to find Malva. Malva is a magnificent wild green. It grows everywhere, USA and Canada. Once you see it, you will not forget. You cannot mistake it for anything else. It has very, very distinctive leaves, very, very mild taste, utterly acceptable. And so we've put Malva in also. And now, and this is not for the faint of heart, I have some very, very strong stinging nettle. I grew this from seed, but in many parts of the States and Canada, you'll find stinging nettle to be wild. And one of the miracles of blending is, if you touch this with your hand, you're going to get a sharp irritation or reaction. But if you blend this up, or if you steam this ever so lightly, ever so slightly, you'll find it becomes completely innocuous. So here we're going to go ahead, we're going to blend it up. Very, very high in iron content, by the way. know. And now we're going to go on to what green drink can be complete without kale. Here's kale from my garden. This is a red Russian kale, by the way. So I'm putting some kale here. There are out there all sorts of things such as kale chips that have been dehydrated, messed around with, and so forth. This has just about the same effect as eating cardboard, if you want to know the truth. We do not sell kale chips. In other words, if you're interested in kale, simply go ahead, plant it yourself, or buy it at your local farmer's market or natural food store. And this is kale. If you're into kale, be into kale. But as far as kale chips, kale this, kale chips, kale slices, or whatever it is, no. No, anything that has been dehydrated, in our humble opinion, has lost its vivacity and its life force. You're simply throwing money away in buying kale chips. So anyway, here we go. We're going ahead. And last but least, we're going to add another wild plant, and this is called miner's lettuce. This is a most delicious wild plant. It's a native to the West Coast, but nowadays, through the miracle of seed propagation, you can buy seeds for miner's lettuce. And just like I did with the chickweed, I have a bed of miner's lettuce that I grew from seed, and this is in my garden. It's the most, in my humble opinion, it's the most delicious of salad greens, and it's called miner's lettuce, as you've guessed, that when the 49ers came here to California, and their circumstances were very, very sparse and meager indeed, in the early spring, they feasted upon miner's lettuce, which grows throughout the hills and valleys and dales of California. So here we're going to take some miner's lettuce, wonderful, crisp and crunchy green, and we're just going to throw it in here, and here we go. And we're going to blend this up. And there we have it. We're by no means done. What green drink could be complete without carrots? And I have some rainbow carrots of different colors here. So I'm going to add some chopped carrots. Here we go. And I'm also going to add a beet. Beet gives the green drink magnificent color, but not only color, but all sorts of nutrients and minerals. What can be more health-giving than a finely divided beet? So we're going to add a beet to the green drink. We're going to blend that up. Isn't that a magnificent, gloriously red color? That's vivacity for you, America. We're not done. Of course, we're going to add organic ginger, and of course the fresh root, all will agree, is far more potent than any powder. And so we're going to add some fresh ginger root, which is available at every natural food store, everywhere. So here, we're going to add a chunk of ginger root. And last, but certainly not least by any means, we're going to add some cloves of red garlic. And to me, we don't bother peeling the cloves. They're all organic, so just the entire clove itself. We're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Blend it up. Oh yes. And last but not least, we've said this before, for ecstasy, we're going to add an avocado, a ripe avocado. So here we go. I'm just going to peel this back and add avocado. This gives it body, texture, and smoothness. There we go. And you know what? We've done it. We've done it. And here, in this bowl, I'm going to, we have our green drink, consisting of cultivated greens, wild plants, carrots, beets, avocado, ginger, and garlic. At Living Tree, we have this every morning for breakfast and every evening for dinner. And it's a wonderfully healing, vivifying creation, and I could not recommend it more highly. Green drinks. If you'd like more information about green drinks, please go to rawfamily.com and you'll see Victoria Butenko and her family singing of the wonders, the joys, and magnificence of this wonderful creation of humankind. Living green drinks. Nothing could be more healing and more vivifying. Intermittent fasting. This is one of the discoveries of humankind at the grassroots level, and it's such a powerfully healing direction. And I've been practicing this for years. I fast every Monday. I start my fast Sunday evening, and usually break my fast Tuesday morning, sometimes at the Tuesday Farmers Market here in Berkeley, which is always a joy and a delight. And intermittent fasting, as I've said, is a component, is an integral part of a live food diet, in our humble opinion. You can't just keep eating all the time. You've got to give your body and internal organs a rest. The rhythm of the universe, and there is a rhythm in this universe, there is a pulse or a rhythm. You cannot just go forward with food, however alive or whatever, but you've got to withdraw. You've got to have that pulsation of going forward and going back, going forward and going back. And that's what intermittent fasting is all about. So for a period of something like 36 hours, from Sunday evening through mid-morning on Tuesday, I fast. I fast on water. I'm not a friend or aficionado of so-called juice fasting. If that's all that you can do and you're just starting out, well, I respect that so very, very much indeed. But a true fast is a water fast. So that's what I do. And it makes the rest of the week possible for me. I start fasting, as I say, Sunday evening. Monday morning, I go into work. And it's not just a physical thing, but it also is strengthening spiritually. It's empowering, for sure. And of course, Monday morning, like any small business, we have our Monday morning crises. A package was shipped to the wrong address, or a jar of almond butter broke in transit, and we have to deal with this, and we do. And this gives me the strength of spirit to cope with whatever Monday morning crisis I need to face. Then Monday late afternoon, I engage in vigorous exercise, and that brings me up to Tuesday, and Tuesday I break my fast. Breaking a fast, coming off a fast, is as important, if not more important, than the fast itself. And if you come off a fast improperly, you can do yourself harm. I come off a fast on green smoothies, just like the smoothie we have made just now. So I come off a fast on a green smoothie. Nothing can be better for you. The body assimilates the finely divided greens immediately. And that's it. And I do not fall into the trap of gorging myself with food or so forth, or saying that I have to get back or rapidly build up my strength. No, I simply go with it. I would have a green drink and maybe some fruit in season. And that's the secret of properly coming off a fast. And it is a wonderful, an extraordinary thing, truly wondrous, how the body adopts. And if I may say so, my body is expecting to fast on Monday, and is expecting to come off the fast on green drink. And I've adopted this. I've been practicing intermittent fasting, as I say, for some years now, and I'm attuned with it. My internal organs are expecting it. It's a wonderful thing to give your stomach and digestion a rest and just abstain and withdraw. As I say, I drink water during the fast, never tap water. I drink bottled spring water, and we find that Mountain Valley spring water from Alabama, in my humble opinion, is the very, very best there is. It comes in a large green glass bottle, and it's reasonably priced. Something to think about. There are many other spring waters out there. So you choose. If spring water is not available, another possibility may be filtered water that you're producing in your kitchen from a filter attached to your faucet. That would be another possibility. So, as I say, it is not just a practice grounded in physicality, but it's also empowering. It strengthens the spirit assuredly. It also makes one more spiritually sensitive, I dare say. I find that my intuition is enhanced, and I'm able to anticipate, not always, but many times, challenges, difficulties, tight corners. I'm able to sense these and anticipate them to a certain extent before they occur. And in running a small business, you will agree that is helpful indeed. So intermittent fasting is all the rage right now. And it's just like with green drinks. It's something that you have discovered. It's there waiting for you. The price is certainly right, and a whole lot cheaper than your goji berries from China or your maca powder from Peru. Something to think about in being in the health food industry for well over 40 years. based upon all of my experience, we heartily recommend the two. And now let's move on to a third component, and that's vigorous exercise. Hi, I'm Jesse, and we've come to the third part of our trilogy, so to speak. We're now going to talk about exercise. We're going to start with some stretches and maybe go on to something a little more vigorous after a while. But all too many of us wake up in the morning, we shower, we dress, we have breakfast, we go off to work. It's not right, and it's not right, and then spend the next 8 hours sitting in front of a tube. It's not right. Stretches are an integral part. Vigorous exercise is an essential part of a live food diet, along with intermittent fasting, as we've said several times today. So let's talk about vigorous exercise. Wake up in the morning, and what are we going to do first? We're going to stretch. We're going to do some soft, gentle stretches. For example, we might start standing, and we take our right arm like this, left arm like this, and you're facing the opposite way, and just move your right arm out like this. You can hear the pop, snap, crackle, and pop out there. And let's just do some stretches like this, and then we're going to go, and of course with you it will be longer, for at least 30 seconds or so. I'm just here just to, just to guide you in this brief video. And then we're going to do the left arm out, right arm up, and we're going to go to the opposite side, do some more stretches, and it really feels so very, very good indeed. What a better way, what better way to wake up in the morning. So we're stretching our torso, moving our head to the opposite direction. And now, we're going to get down and hold our right leg up for 30 seconds. And then do the same with the left leg for 30 seconds. And now we're going to stretch the right leg over just above the ground and just maintain that static position. And let's do that with the left leg, please. Let's just bend our knee and do that over again, stretching to the left for 30 seconds. And then to the right for 30 seconds. And then what about a tummy roll? Just rolling over and extend your hands and feet above the ground. And then roll and roll, and it's a joy and pleasure to do this on this magnificent grass. We've just had days of rain, so everything is as alive as possibly can. So hands and feet off the ground and rolling on one's tummy. And now, let's get on to something a little more vigorous. Both feet up in the air like this. Let's do a series of 20. Hip hop, as we call them. Now, in the realm of still more vigorous, let's do some squats. And some push-ups, please. And then, why not? Why not go on from there to, you guessed it, a cartwheel. And then from there, the sky is the limit. This is called Jinga. It's a way of walking, and from this basic stance in capoeira, Afro-Brazilian martial art, you can do some amazing things. You can escape, or you can attack. Which can take many forms, but the point is, waking up in the morning, let's get it together and get into vigorous exercise, and it will strengthen you, it will fortify you, it will give you so much resilience to face whatever you need to do, whatever you need to face in the day-to-day world. So there you have it, our Living Tree trilogy. Green drinks, finely divided green. Most healing thing we know based upon over 40 years of experience in the natural food industry. Intermittent fasting, something that goes way, way back to antiquity. And third, vigorous exercise. We all need it, given the sort of sedentary lives that we lead in these times. So think about these things. If we have succeeded in pointing you in a direction, in giving you a few things to think about and consider, I think we have made progress. We love questions, we love comments. Simply send an email to us at info@livingtreecommunity.com. And please visit our website often. We have specials, we have new products. We're always coming up with new and ecstatic creations. Thank you indeed. It has been a privilege to share some of our thinking and creativity with you.